You guessed it, I fried it again. Using too many Chinesium parts. This time I'm going to take it apart, rewire everything, hopefully run over a chicken. Alright, gonna take her all apart. Time number 6. Alright, the first thing I put in there is a circuit breaker. 30 amp circuit breaker. So it physically has to be reset every time it pops. Then I put in a 40 amp fuse, just so all the power doesn't have to go directly through the on-off switch. Now I'm going to wire this on-off switch through the relay, and then wire everything through the circuit breaker. Okay, so here's what I got wired so far. Get that out of the way. Battery pack, circuit breaker, 30 amps, relay. So relay that runs to the switch, which if I have it wired right, the LED should come on when the switch is on. Actually, I could test that right now. Boom. You can hear the relay switching on, and then push this, boom, kills everything, turns it back on. That's what I got wired so far. I have a blue is my ground wire, red is my positive wire. They're both 12 gauge. I basically tried to rewire it and mess it all up, so I bought this. It's a 24-volt controller with a remote and a receiver in it. I'm gonna try to do it right this time. It has a little switch, reverse, neutral, low, high. And this is for lights, so like any Jeep owner, I got a light bar. Because light bars are more important than lockers and performance mods. This is for the steering motor. Don't have one of those, so I'm just going to zip tie it down. Took this one out because this is going to be to the power to the wheels, so I don't need it right now, or the power to the motor, so I don't need it right now. So I'm going to throw it aside and work on these. Remove the throttle. I decided to take out the on-off switch. I'm just gonna burn them. I twisted them together. Now I'm gonna just put a thing of heat wrap around them, heat shrink around them, and hope that works. Now I have to teach my son the proper Jeep etiquette, that light bars are more important than actual performance mods. Wired the light with the little switch, and installed the gear selector, range selector, but I messed up, and this bottom hole down here is kind of screwed up, so that's all right, that's fine. Yeah, out of the system. Got the wires all routed and zip tied together and kind of cleaned up on the bottom. Now got to do it all under the hood and see if it works. So I have the battery box, I'm going to call it, the controller. All the wires ran. Now I just need to mount this controller in somewhere in here. Kind of, I could just sit it in there. I might just sit it in there. No, I should put a screw in it. Got a single screw in on right there. This side doesn't need one. Now I'm just gonna start plugging everything in, zip tying it to clean it up, and then bolt this back in. Got everything routed, kind of clean. Put the lid back on. Moment of truth. Full battery. Didn't blow the fuse yet. Still no blown fuse. Put her in reverse. Uh-oh. Put her in low. I got my tires messed up again. Every time I do this, I get those tires messed up. Swap the wheels on the one. I reverse. Got low. Got high. Most importantly, got lights.